Hiya, it's Tash from Foxes and Brown Bears Tarot, and today I'm doing a video response to Moon Baby's Tarot Collector. So, 9 questions, here we go. Question number 1 is your most expensive deck, and that would have to be, just by a fraction, my Dark Mansion Tarot. I do live in Australia, so pretty much any sort of indie deck or anything from Taroteca Studios, Taroko Studios, anything like that cost me a fortune to ship. But just fractionally in terms of price, this one was my most expensive. It's also one of my favorites. Look at that. So yeah, totally worth it though. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Love it. Alright, question number 2. The exact opposite. Which is your least expensive deck? And that is My Friend's Tarot, which I bought as a novelty, but actually really, really like it. Awesome little deck. But yeah, it feels very different from my most expensive, that's for sure. Question number 3. The deck other collectors want to steal from your collection. Now, I don't really have any rare decks, but I guess if anyone was going to steal something from my collection, it'd have to be my Majestic Earth Special Edition. And I got the special edition for this because it had been on my wish list forever. And so when they appeared recently on the website, I'm like, yes, I'm getting one of those. And I'm super excited about it because it is the only deck in my collection for which I have a certificate of authenticity. And this is so exciting, like crazy exciting for me. And yeah, I'm glad I went all out on the special edition too, because it's got extra cards and it's got little element cards and fabulous, beautiful. Love this deck. So yes, that's probably what people would want to steal, but don't. And okay, my strangest deck. Once again, I don't have anything like totally disturbingly groundbreaking, but I do have this odd little puppy called the Zilton Tarot, and this is a Maya inspired deck, like very weird box. It smells like crayon, like you can't believe. It is the most crayon-y smelling deck ever, and so it's kind of funny, kind of cool. And this is unusual because of the artwork, first of all. It's very unusual artwork in comparison to some of my other decks. The other reason it's unusual is because it's got this strange little numbering system. So I think the dots are 10 and then you have, I don't even remember anymore, or 2s and 1s, and you have to kind of work out where the dots or the dashes stand for something. I haven't used this a lot, I have to say, because the book is insane and I have to actually sit down and work through it. But it is super, super cool. And then the other reason I really like this is because the pictures kind of join together, and not just, you know, side to side, but also like top to bottom. And so the Major Arcana creates this massive little tableau, and then the Minor Arcana, I think, just go sideways. So yeah, that's probably my most unusual deck for those reasons. The deck most other collectors are least likely to have in your collection. This one's an easy one for me because it would have to be my Animal Instincts. I've never seen anyone else show this deck, and to be honest, I don't even remember where I bought this, but it's just a little photographic deck of African animals, and it's super cute. I really like it. But I have never seen this shown anywhere else. So yeah, super cool. Very, very unusual. And I would place bets that virtually no one has that. So Number 6 is my oldest deck, and that would have to be my original Rider-Waite. This one I got about 20 years ago, and it is super old, massive bow in it, those backs, and I don't use it a lot anymore, but it was my original. It's the one I learnt on, and it's super cool for that reason. And it does actually feel really nice in my hands because it's been part of me for so long. All right, then question 7 is my newest deck, and this couldn't be more different from my Rider-Waite, but this is the Seasons of the Witch, Samhain Oracle, and this one is super cool. I almost didn't buy it, but I think the red gilding tipped me over the edge, and it's so cool, and it's actually really, really good. I am very happy I have it. I actually like the gloss in it. I love the messages. They're very much on point, and I've really enjoyed working with this. Number 8, the deck that made you want to collect decks in the first place. Now this is tough because I can't really quite remember at what point I decided I was going to collect, and I don't think it was about collection as such. It was more, I think, a deck that showed me that you didn't just get like a Rider-Waite Smith deck and just kind of sit with it, that you could actually find decks that did different things. And so the one that would have to do that is my Goddess Guidance. And the reason for that is because I found that, I mean, clearly different. It showed me that oracle cards can have different purposes. And I found it so useful. And so then I started really looking at different ones. I saw that, for example, you could have a deck that just focuses on goddesses. And then you could have a deck that focuses on crystals, say, or on plants. And I hadn't really realized that before I got this deck. I just thought they were all just kind of, I guess, variations of the same thing with just slightly different artwork, and this one showed me otherwise. Alright, so final question is your favorite deck. Now this is tough because favorite changes over time, and you might have favorites for different reasons, but I've decided to discuss 2 decks for this one. Yes, I'll try to keep it fairly short in terms of the list of favorites. And the first one I have to show the Dark Mansion again. And this is my favorite because of the artwork, because of the feel of the cards, just the sumptuousness of this deck. And it just reads so well for me. I actually feel quite emotional when I look at it. My heart like skips a little beat when I pull it out. So it really pulls at my heartstrings. The artwork is just so appealing to me, and it works as well. So this would be, I'd consider my soul deck, and so it's my favorite for that reason. So this is like an all-time favorite. However, in terms of usability and versatility and most used of my decks, I have to go with Poppy Palin's The Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And this one I use for just about everything. And I have trimmed this one. But I use this for gratitude. I use this for some of my therapy spreads. I use this for daily draws. I use this for advice, for pretty much anything. So it's one of the few decks where I can use it for divination if I wanted to, for personal growth, as I said, for gratitude, for any kind of deep work, sometimes inspiration. And so it's just so versatile, and the colors are amazing. I love the colors in this deck. I love the fact that all the cards have animals, that they are very much grounded in the everyday world. And so for that reason, it's one of my favorites. It's also the only deck I have a backup copy for, because I can't imagine not having this deck. Like, it plays such an important part of my personal development that it's just invaluable to me. And so they are my top 2 decks for those reasons. So they're my 9 questions. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.